This doesn't happen to be from For Unlawful Colonel.
No, I thought it's from Van Halen. Is it on Van Halen 1? I don't know.
We're not that old. No. Yeah. So if you're on hold, you got to hear me railing about the lack of freedom in this country, and then I said a word that you're not allowed to say. I have not lost my sense of humor or irony, but I am so serious about this. Here, for the last time, this is what the Senate voted on. To express the sense of the Senate, and I want you to listen to this and think about if Democrats would have voted against this and gotten a majority, think about what the Republicans would have done with this little piece of information. They're already doing it because they're saying 21, and they're listing their names, did not care enough to protect the reputation of our military folks, our troops. All right? Just think about that for a minute. Here's what it said. To express the sense of the Senate that General David H. Petraeus, commanding general, multinational force, Iraq, deserves the full support of the Senate and strongly condemn personal attacks on the honor and integrity of General Petraeus and all members of the United States Armed Forces. You go vote no for that, and you see what the Republicans do. Are you stupid? I'm so aggravated with people. I'm just, because the media told you they condemned MoveOn.org. They didn't condemn MoveOn.org. There was nothing in here about freedom of the press. There was nothing about take down your ad. There was nothing like that. But the hypocrisy of saying, we don't support, again, they're getting you to say, we don't support the troops, and you don't see it, I don't understand people, and why this is an issue is because the Republicans want it to be an issue. The real issues this week was that General Petraeus sat there and said he doesn't know if this war is making us safer. The Secretary of Defense, Robert Gates, sat there this week and said he doesn't know if Iraq was worth it. He doesn't know. The Secretary of Defense does not know if the sacrifice of his troops is worth it. And here's a lovely story that got no press whatsoever. Mike McConnell, the director of the National Intelligence Agency, said 9/11 could have been prevented. No media coverage whatsoever. You watched a kid get tasered in front of a U.S. senator who did nothing for speaking up in an obnoxious manner. I wasn't aware that being annoying was an offense for which you could get 50,000 volts stuck inside of your freaking body. And that Dan Rather was on Larry King last night telling you that there is mass intimidation of the media by the White House and corporations. And all you want to talk about is what the Republicans want you to talk about. They want you to condemn your own freaking party, and you're doing it. Blackwater gunned down 20 innocent Iraqis. They lied about why they did it. And the State Department made a phone call on their behalf. 40 cents of every dollar we're appropriating for the Iraq effort goes to the contractors, not to the troops. What is more disgusting than a cowardly commander-in-chief and all of his underlings lying to our country, lying to the world, and sending these young men and women to fight and die and kill, and then have the Secretary of Defense say he doesn't know if it's even worth it? And this is what you want to talk about? I hope you are on hold, because you know now that I am so for real. When I get upset like this, it's from my heart, from every fiber of my being, that I just want to shake you and say, pay attention. This is not a time to be a whiner. Barbara in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Hi, Randy. I'm a first-time caller, and I'm 71-year-old, a retired nurse and former USAF nurse.
Wow.
Yeah, and I admire you.
Did you ever give me Sudafed?
What's that?
Did you ever give me Sudafed?
What about Sudafed? I didn't hear that.
Did you ever give me Sudafed?
Oh.
It's not funny when you have to yell it like that.
I'm so sorry. I just wanted to say that I thank you for setting me straight.
You're welcome.
I did the knee
That
jerk.
she heard.
I did the knee jerk thing. I called Senator Klobuchar. I told her I was disappointed in her vote.
Oh, leave them alone. Leave them alone.
I know, but then I also thanked her for all her other votes this week for the ND, all the other votes. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous. All the other votes that she voted for.
Good. I'm glad that you thanked her for all the other votes that she voted.
So I did, and I thank you. You can teach an old broad new tricks.
Good. I know that, and I'm glad. I'm glad that.
And I'm so happy to speak to you, and you're a sweetheart, and I know how angry you got, and I don't blame you a bit, and I thank you for setting me straight.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you, and, start calling the Republicans and tell, the Democrats, they deserve praise this week. 3 votes they put forward. This is what everybody said they wanted them to do, and then when they do it, no one says, good job, well done, thank you, keep doing it. No, instead they get all these phone calls about something that doesn't matter a hill of beans.
Yeah, I call Senator Coleman and write to him all the time and trying to get him to straighten up.
Good.
Okay?
Now that's a good use of your time.
yeah, I'm really working on it.
Apparently 550, 600 troops have to die, so Senator Norm Coleman can be Senator Norm Coleman again.
Yeah, I could just, I'm crying. My heart.
I am too, and now I'm leaving. I'm leaving. And I'm having a beer. I'm going to calm myself down. I'm going to try this again on Monday. And over the weekend, you're going to read your homework on my site.
You're listening to the Randi Rhodes Show. This is Air America Radio.